kind? How could you tell him what was in his mind when you never realized he didn't even know the word kind, when you've never seen what planted the seed of greed in his heart, when all you'd see is that he'd throw books, fight, steal. But he did all that just that he didn't have to feel so empty. That little boy left alone in the world couldn't keep up with the things life hurled at him. Bruises, belittling, abandonment. People treated him as some sort of entertainment, and he tried to crawl out. He screamed and cried, but no one came, so he turned inside and said that that little boy from his past had died. But he lied. Because deep down inside, there lied a scared little boy who wanted love and care, and a gentle mother to caress his hair and say that it's all right, someone to spare even a second of their time on him. But no one was there. There was no one with a second to spare on a problematic boy, so his prayer was left unanswered. Now do you see the pain he fought, that schools never thought or taught that a little boy could survive this struggle, that but a child could try to juggle everything that he'd been left alone to deal with? If someone had lent a hand, then he could stand, then he could jump out that plane and land, and go out and have fun, and meet others like he was fine, and treat others well, and not be a mine in a minefield of those who were abandoned and forgotten. Tossed to the side out of convenience. He could have had pride. He could have not had to hide the fact that he had no one in which to confide in, no matter how hard he tried to find him. That little boy could have not been killed off to save someone else's hide.
Legacy is the thing that my father gave to me and his father before him is proud enough to be. It's the genes, it's success, it's responsibility, it's the truth, it's the promise, it's the vision that I see. It's what my grandpa, God rest his soul, gave to my dad, and he didn't quit. He rose up to make a living and he moved on with it. But now it's my time, my right, my life, my fight. I need to step up and make everything right. It's the constant pressure to live up to the mantle, a true leader on my own, and somehow I must handle. But it's true what they say, that pressure makes diamonds. But diamonds are rare, diamonds are scarce, I can't find them. And most of that carbon turns to coal under the pressure. So how do I expect myself to get better? And if I were to quote the Rock Band Queen, then it would be pressure pushing down on me. But the way that I see it is I'm my almost enemy, because all of that pressure is pushed by no one but me. And so I am pushing pressure, and pressure is pushing down on me. But with legacy comes the good and the bad, the closeted demons of the life our parents had, the parts that we keep hidden that the public can't know, the fights we're mistreated, we give up, we go home. It's time I choose my future, but I keep in what I don't. This life is my present, it's my vision for hope. What I guess that I'm saying is that this legacy is mine, and I'll make sure I pass this test. Like those diamonds, I'll shine. I will work out who to be in this way we call life, and I will pave my own path and my ancestors on the ride. Because I know that one day this legacy will live on, and soon my kids will be slamming into this poetry song. They will feel the stress of what it means to be a functioning member of this family, living a life of servitude for the community, and being an all-round decent person who's unafraid to disagree. I can already tell that they will be successful. They will uphold my honor and take over this mantle, because at the end of the day, there's only two things I see when it comes to legacy, and that's that there's two kinds of people. My ancestors and me.
Tick tock. Your mission, should you choose to accept, is to use every word until you have no words left. So you've been required to master the art of the speech, the gift of the gab, thinking on your feet. It's enough to send shivers down a warrior's spine, standing in front of thousands, speaking your mind. Yet we know you're prepared. Your mind is shrewd, keen, adept. You've done talks, studied the sorts, while others simply slept. It won't take long, it's not that hard. You'll sit back straight, pen and weight, paper looking sparse. When it hits you, this idea of course, most likely like a truck. Your head will quake, hands will shake, your creativity will have struck. Like a ringing bell lights up the silent midnight air when the clock strikes 12. Or when a lonesome field is showered in light from a lightning strike, creating a fire that cannot be withheld. See, this gift you possess has a power, I stress, stronger than the forces of nature. A witty quip can suddenly strip one's dignity, unleashing danger. It can create a fiery blast of anarchy, sending tremors through the streets. It can brighten up the gloomiest of days, putting a skip in strangers' feet. But we are not asking for a revolution, simply that you find a solution, not a pollution or unfair dilution of a free voice in a connected world. We are not asking you to reminisce about a time with more bliss, when nothing was amiss, when you had an opinion you wanted to be heard. Yes, we live in a world of political correctness with a desire to progress through this hole that's been left, and our moral compass pressed with a trademark designed by a corporate hive mind responsible for the tech that we will live to regret, as it slowly ingests the essence of what makes us human. Human. What makes us human? It's the fire that burns our will for creation, the desire to reach the final destination when the answers become clear and we get to learn why we are here. But the only idea we should get through our heads is this isn't a race, and the answer is yes. We are here to build, to discover and destroy. The world is an oyster. Our words are a toy. A toy we can build with and tinker without a fear it will break. The only wrong we can do is living in fear of a mistake. I sat back, eyes wide. This briefing stirred something deep inside. I sat straight, pen and paper close to me, and began to write my entry for slam poetry. Tick, tock.